So let's just do an example question using inverse matrix to solve a system of linear equations. It's the example I gave you before, x plus 2y equals 3, and 4x plus 5y is 6. We first convert it into a matrix equation by pulling out all the coefficients. And then what we do is simply multiply by the constant matrix on the left by the inverse of the coefficient matrix. So if you remember how to do inverse matrix, it's 1 over the determinant AD minus BC. So it's 1 times 5 minus 2 times 4. And the other part is you switch this main diagonal around. 1, 5 becomes 5, 1. And you put a negative sign on the on each of the elements in the other diagonal. And now you can just work this out. A very simple calculation now. Is 1 times 5 is 5, minus 2 times 4 is 8. And this matrix product is a 2 times 2 matrix times a 2 times 1 matrix. So 2 and 2, they are the same. You can multiply them together. And the result dimension of the matrix will be 2 rows and 1 column. So in the first row, first column is this first row times this first column. So it's 5 times 3 minus 2 times 6. And the second row, second column is 4 times 3 plus 1 times 6. And you can just work this out. This comes out to be negative 3, and this is 15, this is 12, and the other row is minus 12 plus 6. And then you end up with this. You all need to do is multiply this negative 1/3 in. So 3 divided by negative 3 is negative 1, and negative 6 divided by negative 3 is 2. And you can just read out these rows now. This tells us that x is minus 1 and y is 2, and you solve the equation. Now you know the basic tricks of how to use inverse matrix to solve a system of linear equations. Now we will do a hard example, an exam style question. So the question is, on the what values of m and n does this system of equations have? Part 1, one unique solution. Part 2, no solution at all. Part 3, infinitely many solutions of x and y that will satisfy this system. For the solution of this question, not the solution of this equation actually. The solution of this equation is x and y, and the solution of this question is what you will get marks for. But first, we will write this system of equations as a matrix equation. Just pull out the coefficients. 1, 2, 2n becomes this coefficient matrix. X and y as our unknowns becomes the column matrix. And this constant matrix is just the right hand side, is 3 and n. And then we do our usual trick. Multiply the inverse of this coefficient matrix on the left of the constant matrix. And I hope now that you will be more familiar with how to calculate the inverse matrix. One word determinant n minus 4, and switch these two around, put a negative sign on these two, and now you basically done half the work. So you just multiply this in. This first row, first column, 3n minus 2n. And second row, first column, minus 6 plus n. From previous slide, we end up with this matrix equation. Now if you just distribute this 1 over n minus 4 in, and rid of the columns, you can see that. Does that mean that x is equal to this divided by this, and y is this divided by this? Well, this is only true if m minus 4 is not 0, so m is not 4, as we cannot divide it by 0 in these cases. And we can actually see that m minus 4, this thing on the denominator here, is the determinant of the coefficient matrix. And to solve a system of linear equations using the inverse matrix method, the coefficient matrix must be invertible, so we cannot divide by 0 in any circumstance. And invertible requires non-singular, so determinant is not 0. And in other words, to have a unique solution, m must not equal to 4. And this answers the first part of the question. Now we answer the first part. Let's consider other scenarios now. What if m is just 4 in this system? Well, let's just plug it in. If we change m to 4, we will get this. And you can actually notice that if you multiply this first equation by 2, you will get 2x plus 4y. And this is like exactly the same as this one. The second equation is almost identical to the first. The left hand side is just multiplied by 2. And they will be exactly the same if n is also multiplied by 2. So if n is 3 times 2, which is 6, the two equations will be exactly the same. And if that is the case, we essentially only have one equation for two unknowns, which will lead to infinitely many solutions. So the answer for the second part is m equals to 4 and n equals to 6. This will give us infinitely many solutions for the system of equations. And geometrically, this corresponds to two coincident lines, which is intersecting everywhere. So if you graph these two equations, you will get x plus 2y equals 3 here is the red one, the solid line. And the 2x plus 4y equals 6 is this dashed blue line. They are actually the same line. So we can have infinitely many x and y that will lie on this line, satisfy the system. Now, what if m is not equal to 6, but m is still equals to 4? Well, in that case, let's just say n is 0 for simplicity. Then we will have this equation after we plug in m and n. And then we can just divide this bottom equation by 2 on both sides. So 2x divided by 2 is x, 4y divided by 2 is 2y, and 0 divided by 2 is still 0. But now you can see that the left hand side are exactly the same. That will mean the right hand side also must be the same. So if we equate the right hand side, we have 3 is equal to 0. But that is impossible. So there will be no solutions. No x and y could have the power to make 3 equal to 0. That's just impossible. So the answer to the third part is when m is equal to 4, but m is not equal to 6. And this case happens whenever the left hand side are multiples of each other. So this is 2 times this, but not the right hand side, which will give an inconsistent system. And in summary of this question, if you have a system of linear equations, you can just look at the determinant of the coefficient matrix and determine the nature of the solution. If the determinant is not 0, then you have one unique solution. This means the two lines will intersect at one particular point in space. But if the determinant is 0, and one equation is a multiple of the other, then you have infinitely many solutions. The two lines are coincident now. But if one equation is not a multiple of the other, then you have a parallel lines. Two parallels are never intersecting, right? So you have no solutions. And now that's basically half the stuffs you need for your year 11 spec matrices. See you next time. Thank you.